I'm William O'Flaherty, and welcome to a special extended edition of 90 Seconds to Knowing C.S. Lewis. Today I'm sharing a variety of quotations from C.S. Lewis. They're taken from the 2020 Quotathon that was held in early January. What follows is part one of what I shared from the first of 3 days, so be sure to check out the others. I'll be reading the quote, but you'll see the reference for each of them. Faith, in the sense in which I am using the word, is the art of holding on to things your reason has once accepted, in spite of your changing moods. A man is never so proud as when striking an attitude of humility. What we learn from experience depends on the kind of philosophy we bring to experience. You can shut Jesus up for a fool. You can spit at him and kill him as a demon, or you can fall at his feet and call him Lord and God. What we practice not, save at rare intervals, what we preach, is usually our greatest contribution to the conversion of others. The load or weight or burden of my neighbor's glory should be laid daily on my back, a load so heavy that only humility can carry it, and the backs of the proud will be broken. A book worth reading only in childhood is not worth reading even then. A little comic relief in a discussion does no harm, however serious the topic may be. In my own experience, the funniest things have occurred in the gravest and most sincere conversations. God cannot be used as a road. If you're approaching him not as the goal but as a road, not as the end but as a means, you're not really approaching him at all. If you think of this world as a place intended simply for our happiness, you find it quite intolerable. Think of it as a place of training and correction, and it's not so bad. May God's grace give you the necessary humility. Try not to think, much less speak, of their sins. One's own are a much more profitable theme. Who said I disliked women? I never liked or disliked any generalization. If nothing is self-evident, nothing can be proved. Of all passions, the passion for the inner ring is most skillful in making a man who is not yet a very bad man do very bad things. There are a great many things in Christianity that cannot be understood until after you have gone a certain distance along the Christian road. Screwtape boast. Humans do tend to regard death as the prime evil and survival as the greatest good, but that is because we have taught them to do so. Do not let us be infected by our own propaganda. How could an idiotic universe have produced creatures whose mere dreams are so much stronger, better, subtler than itself? Yes, it is sometimes hard to obey St. Paul's rejoice. We must try to take life moment by moment. The actual present is usually pretty tolerable, I think, if only we refrain from adding to its burden that of the past and the future. When the most important things in our life happen, we quite often do not know at the moment what is going on. A book's no good to me unless I've read it 2 or 3 times. I saw how fairy stories could steal past a certain inhibition which had paralyzed much of my own religion in childhood. If you read history, you will find that the Christians who did most for the present world were just those who thought most of the next. Screwtape suggests, despair is a greater sin than any of the sins which provoke it. I hope you enjoyed this special extended edition of 90 Seconds to Knowing C.S. Lewis. Check the notes below to get a copy of the graphic images, so you can share any of these individual quotations from EssentialCSLewis.com. Again, I'm William O'Flaherty, author of 2 books, C.S. Lewis Goes to Hell and the Misquotable C.S. Lewis.